On today's episode, we competed in Victoria, Texas in a CBA barbecue competition, and we actually didn't turn in pork. Okay, good morning. It is 5:05 a.m. on Sunday. And the reason it's Sunday is because this was a two-day event. I wasn't able to cook the first day, but they cooked yesterday. Kevin Hernandez actually GC'd it, so he's back out here again today, and he's going to try and do that same thing again, but it's our job to try and stop that. He's a damn good cook. Of course, we hope he does pretty good. We hope we do just a little bit better. So, what I'm doing first is I'm going to go ahead and season up my brisket. I actually just turned on my brisket drum outside. First things first, I'm going to go over top of my brisket with some of that base. Right over the top of that with some Southern Belle. Nice, even layer. Over top with Southern Hospitality. And last but not least, we're going to go over top with some black pepper. So that right there is what we're going to do for our flat. And over here, we're going to season the point. Typically, we don't go over top of our point with that base, but today we are. It's going to be a light layer. And the reason is because I was kind of thinking about it, and you know, we haven't really had too salty of burnt ends recently, so I think that base has a really good flavor. I just want to get it all over. So a light layer of Belle. We are definitely going to go heavier on hospitality of these three rubs, but no black pepper on this one, so put that aside. Alright, that's our flat and that's our point, completely seasoned up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to wait until right around 6 a.m. and then we're going to put our brisket on, and then of course we're going to start cooking this thing. Alright, it's exactly 6 o'clock. Let's go ahead and put our top grate on here. We'll put our flat directly over the heat, and we'll start our point directly over the water pan. We just put our brisket on. Now it is exactly 6:04, and we are going to get our ribs seasoned up. So we have some nice fatties in here. I'm liking the way the racks are looking today. We already seasoned the back side with that base. You can actually kind of see the pepper there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go over top of that base with a light layer of Southern Belle. And again, you can kind of see there's a little more black pepper that's being added now, especially because we grind this. It makes it a little bit finer, so it turns out absolutely perfect for what I'm trying to do. Okay. And then we're going to go over top with Southern Hospitality. That's going to be the heaviest coat here, obviously. And we talked about this in the last video, but what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to hit this backside with some oil. And that's so I can flip these over and season the top side. So if you guys can see, hopefully in the camera, pick it up, there's no rub falling off because we added that oil. And that's exactly what we want. We don't want to lose what we just put on there. But the reason that I want to flip these over and I want to start seasoning the top side is because I talked about it a little bit last time, but basically when these rubs start working on this meat, it's going to draw moisture out. And the reason that I want that is because that moisture is actually going to help rehydrate some of the seasonings that are in our actual seasoning itself, that are in our spice. So that's why we like to do that, or that's why we've been doing that recently, just so we can kind of get that action going. We want it to start as soon as possible. Now obviously I could have woke up earlier, I could have started this whole process earlier, but you know, I value my sleep. I value my sleep as best I can, so I did want to sleep in a little bit. I probably got 5 or so hours of sleep. I am pretty tired this morning. So we're going back over top with Southern Hospitality. We're going to go with a pretty decent layer, but I don't want to overdo it on top. I pretty much go heavier on the bottom for sure 100% of the time. right. Now optionally, you guys can go over top with black pepper if you want. I kind of didn't know if I wanted to or not, but I think I am. I'm just going to go over top with a light layer of black pepper. And we already do have black pepper in our rub. And black pepper is going to be popping through already. We know that, right? But I just want a little bit more to see if we can't focus. Again, like last video, our focus was on the color. If we can't get a good color, nice little pepper look here, I think I'm going to be pretty happy. So again, not going to go too crazy with it, but I do want to just see some pepper flakes there popping through. It's right at 822, so we're gonna pour some liquid into our point, get this thing wrapped up. We'll put this right back on, right over the water pan. You can see our flat is looking pretty good. I'm liking the color here, so we're about to take this off probably within the next 5 to 10 minutes or so, and we're also going to put this into a wrap. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at our ribs now, and I'm actually really liking that color. So I'm gonna pull these, and I'm going to get these into a wrap right away. So I see a little bit of a dry spot right there, but overall, these are looking money, I would say. And I do want to make sure to retain this color, so let's go ahead and wrap these up. It's time to wrap our ribs. We have butter down. We're gonna go ahead and put sugar in the raw right on top of the butter. I have some Blues Hog Original. That's gonna go on top of the butter. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put my ribs right over top. Go ahead and go back over with some sugar in the raw, and then over top with a light little squeeze of Blues Hog Original. Now I'm gonna wrap it up but not fully close it. Then we're gonna go ahead and pour in some of our rib wrap liquid, then close this right up. We're just gonna continue and do the same exact thing. Butter, sugar in the raw, Blues Hog, rack of ribs. And that's all there is to it. All right, ribs are fully wrapped. We're just gonna go ahead and put these right back on. Is it leaking? Sounds like it might be leaking. Yep. Had a little leak on one, not the hugest deal. We'll keep rotating them every 30 minutes or so, and then we are gonna check to make sure that they're super tender. If I had to guess, these are probably gonna take another hour, hour and 15, and then they should be done. It's 9:18 and we just put our brisket into our wrap, and the only thing that we did different today was we added 1 stick of butter. Now I decided to add a stick of butter today because I am running a prime brisket. I was looking for a Snake River Farms and I just couldn't find one in time that I really liked. This prime is definitely okay, but it doesn't have the marbling that I'm used to. So I'm looking to add something in there that I'm missing when it comes to that buttery bite, that really good bite that I get from a Snake River Farms. Now obviously that has a lot of intramuscular fat running through, so it is going to be different texture no matter what, but I'm hoping that I can at least get some of that flavor in there if I need to. I have a really good wrap that's in this brisket. I can brush it over my slices in the end, but this is exactly what we're going to do today. Ten minutes before we put on our chicken, I just want to spray the grate with Pam. Just don't want my chicken to stick here. Then I'm going to go ahead and start putting my wings down onto the grate. Then I'm going to go ahead and season my wings with Southern Hospitality. And then we're going to go over with a light layer of black pepper, and this is the 32 mesh. I just feel like it really blends in well with our seasoning. Looks good on the chicken. Now I'm going to go ahead and flip all these wings. I actually want the top side to get color first, so that's why I'm doing it this way. We're going to do the same exact thing on the back side, except for we are not going to put the black pepper on the back side. Or I guess we can. Should we? Yeah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and put a little bit on the back as well. Alright, that's good for the wings. Now on our thighs, we're going to start on the back side, and we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to hit it with Southern Hospitality. And now we're gonna go straight over here to our grate. All right, we're gonna go over top of our thighs with Southern Hospitality now. Now we're gonna go over top of these with some 32 mesh black pepper. $10.49. It's time for our butter bath on our chicken wings and our thighs. So we have a stick of butter and we also have some of our injection in each of these pans. That's exactly the way we've been doing our chicken, so we're gonna keep doing it the same exact way. Now for our thighs, same exact thing. We just turned in our chicken, and overall I actually thought that it tasted really good today. I thought that it looked okay. I did think that for what it's worth, our cook just went a little bit weird today. I feel like we should have gone a little bit further with the internal temp, but we started at the same time as normal. We ran the same temps, but the chicken just wasn't cooking as fast. I do still think it was really tender. It was still really juicy. It was bite through skin, all the good stuff, but I feel like it could have gone just a little bit longer. We'll see in a bit what the judges thought. Those, man, those look better to me, the ones up here.
That other rack, I think, looks better.
Over there, I see it. And then try it compared to this. There we go. This way? I don't like these on top, man. Live with the results. Here, let me see your fork. Let me see your fork. I'm gonna put a rib in here. Good? Ribs are turned in, and we thought that they looked and tasted really good today. We're really happy with our ribs, which I know they say a lot of the times isn't the best sign, but I really was excited with the way that they came out. We did try a few different things on our drum today just to prepare for Danny Dietz in just a few days, and I think we were able to do what we wanted. Now it's time to see what they thought. All right, last one is brisket. Let's see how it turned out.
So we're gonna start off with chicken, 10th place. We're gonna move on to ribs, 10th place. Now we're moving on to 5th. Gulf Coast Smoke. We're gonna move on to brisket, 10th place. Moving on to 4th place. Eighth place was Gulf Coast.
And as you guys can see, this competition did not require pork today. This is the first time we've competed in a CBA competition where our pork didn't have to be turned in. We kind of unfortunately knew that today our chicken wasn't gonna be there. It just wasn't cooking as fast as it normally does, even though we had all of our temps and everything seemed to be going right everywhere else, except for that chicken just wasn't getting to temp. So we unfortunately didn't have high hopes for it. We kind of knew that we were gonna fall short. We ended up getting 15th place chicken. We got 5th place ribs and we got 4th place brisket. I'll take it. We saw LC barbecue, we saw chicken fried barbecue, we saw My Pits Are Burning, we saw Quattro D barbecue, we saw a bunch of good cookers. Sure Shot barbecue was there, Texas made smokers. This was one of the most stacked events that we've ever been to. As always, we really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.